Hello, everybody. It's Monday, September 28th, and you're watching this on Monday, September 28th, but I'm actually recording this on the 15th for you in advance. Clint, if everything's gone well, Clint has linked this from my YouTube channel to the Facebook page for the church, and you're watching this video that I parked on my YouTube channel for you all to enjoy while Gail and I are off spending some time relaxing on vacation. So, on Friday, we started up on Luke's version of the Sermon on the Mount. And on Saturday, we should have talked about the blessings and the woes, which is an important part of the Sermon on the Mount. But today, we're going to hit on some of the most, some of the hardest to apply into our lives verses in Luke's Gospel. And that is, we're looking at verses 27 through 31 in the 6th chapter of Luke, and it is called and entitled Love for Enemies. So, with that, let's take a look. But I say to you that listen, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who abuse you. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also, and from anyone who takes away your coat, do not withhold even your shirt. Give to everyone who begs from you, and if anyone takes away your goods, do not ask for them again. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Luke's 6th chapter, 27 to 31. Love your enemies. Boy, it's hard enough just to love our friends and our family sometimes, isn't it? Much less to love our enemies. But we're called to do that in Scripture. We're called to be unusual, to be totally abnormal in society, and that would mean for us to love those who would be actively trying to harm us. This is something that perhaps in this hard-bitten election cycle that we find ourselves in and moving ever closer to the elections, and things are only going to get worse with all the backbiting and the arguing and accusations. There's not a lot of love for those that are opposing us. I hate to call political adversaries enemies necessarily, though people certainly adopt that moniker for one another. Just because someone disagrees with us, they shouldn't become our enemy. And we certainly, according to Scripture, are not supposed to have any animosity towards them. We are supposed to rather have love. It goes on and says that if someone actually were to strike us, that we are supposed to not strike them back, but offer them on the other cheek. And of course, we all know that what that's getting at is that if you strike someone, they're talking about striking someone on the cheek, they're striking them as a slave and striking them with the back of their hand. And the idea is that don't do that. Treat me as an equal. Strike me with your front of your hand as well. Not with the back of the hand as someone that would strike a slave or a servant. I am your equal. We've talked about that before, and I think everyone has heard that before. Goes on talking about to help each other, and to help each other lavishly, and help people, even if people aren't being kind and they're asking or they're inquiring or they're reaching for your help, but we're supposed to help them, and we're not supposed to expect gain from that helping. That's difficult as well. The loving our enemies, the giving to those that seem unappreciative. These things are awful. I should say awful, but they're difficult. Backtrack from the awful, please. But then we're called, and finally in verse 31, do to others you would have them do to you. We are to, we wish for people to respect us. We wish people to love us. We need to do that as well. This is absolutely not saying people go out there and be as awful as you can be and take from everybody because, hey, look, they've got to love you and they've got to give to you. No, that's not really what it's about. That verse 31, do to others you would have them do to you. That applies to everyone, all of us. Let's treat each other with love and compassion. Let's treat each other fairly and kindly, and try to get others to do that as well, and try to convince them that especially in this time when everybody's on edge. The COVID has made people angry and anxious as well. It's just it's a bad setup for the world at the moment. So I do ask you, and I'm going to cut off now, but I am going to ask you to please remember that as you're going through your days, that you're dealing with people that are their anxiety is on edge. So treat them as especially lovingly. Okay. Have a very blessed day and be a blessing to someone today. And hopefully Clint got this linked without any problems, and it'll go smoothly for you while I'm away. All right. And if you need me, if you need something in the meanwhile, call Clint, or especially if you've got some big problem, call Bill Hungate. And Randy Russum over at Union is covering for me as well. So those are the people that you can get a hold of while I'm away. All right. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you soon.